In this bulletin, an aftermarket ink systems supplier uses Canon printers to gain market share in India. First quarter figures out of Europe show wins and losses for printer manufacturers, and an amnesty has been called in the UK on the inflated prices of inkjet cartridges.
From across the planet, Recycling Times keeps you in touch with the latest computer printing news.
Hello, I'm David Gibbons and here is the news. A Malaysian aftermarket supplies company is selling thousands of Canon inkjet printers bundled with their own inkjet filling system in India. Easy Ink sees India as one of the best growth markets for printing. Canon's Pixma IP2770 is being sold for less than 2,000 rupees or $35 each. And for just 1,400 rupees or $25, Easy Ink will add a continuous supply ink system or CISS, saving users up to 80% on the cost of ink. Easy Ink claim they will have 1 million CISS units installed in India by 2015 and be earning 3 billion rupees or $54.8 million by 2016. They have used Facebook to boast of its good relationship with Canon. And Charles Brewer from Actionable Intelligence broke this story a few days ago and he joins me online. Charlie, why do you think Easy Ink has been so demonstrative in declaring a close relationship with Canon?
Canon has become very aggressive in India and they are really establishing their brand there. And I think that the particular models of printers that Easy Ink has targeted are very good for their continuous ink systems. So I think that that's what we're seeing in that particular instance.
But surely, Charlie, this is an unlikely union.
Typically, on these low-end machines, the OEM is making very little money. It's not very profitable to be selling the machines just on the sale of the hardware. And so they really are looking for the supplies revenue, the annuity that comes from those machines, rather than just the sale of the machine for their profits.
Thanks, Charlie Brewer from Actionable Intelligence. HP is still the #1 seller of printers in Western Europe, but Canon has closed the gap, coming in at #2. IDC has released its report on the European hard copy market in the first quarter of 2013, revealing a mixture of gains and losses. HP sales declined, but still has 35.9% of the European market, while Canon increased theirs to 18%. Brother has come in at the #3 spot with increased sales at 12.6%. Epson lost ground, coming fourth at 12.1%. Samsung remains in the 5th spot at 8.7%. Inkjet printers shrank by more than 20%, but laser only shrank 1.3%. More people, however, are buying A3 colour and A4 monochrome multifunction printers than ever before. And Germany, France and the UK are still the big three, accounting for 59.2% of the total European sales in the first quarter. Following a dramatic decline in office printing between 2008 and 2010, there are signs the demand for office paper may be stabilising, well, at least in the US. Actionable Intelligence analyses data from many sources who track office paper usage. One is Resource Information Systems, and another is Xerox, who actually track the number of digital pages printed by their customers. AI suggests the impact of Apple's iPad and similar devices since 2010 and the poor economy are two reasons for the continuing slow decline in office printing. They also suggest the take-up of duplex printing and managed print services, or MPS, may also have had an impact. But these were not the reasons for rapid decline before 2010. And although still declining, office printing is not doing so as fast as it was before 2010. A nationwide amnesty on printer cartridges has been called across the UK. BBC TV's Watchdog Consumer Affairs programme exposed the inflated costs of branded ink on May 1. It showed consumers were spending more per millilitre on ink than fine wines or the most expensive perfumes. So the 200 Cartridge World Stores across the UK are telling consumers they can save up to 50% of the cost of a new cartridge by using refilled cartridges, as was shown on the BBC TV programme. And in brief, HP has fired the first shot in the war to get greater market share in India. They just launched a range of new feature-rich inkjet printers for as low as 8,000 rupees or $145 for small and medium-sized businesses. Cartridge chip manufacturer PowerVip says there is a lot of talk about clone cartridges which ignore intellectual property rights of the OEMs, but very little is being done about the cloning of chip technologies. PowerVip has issued a report called Clones for Microcontroller Chips to inform remanufacturers how to recognise clone chips. HP has demonstrated printing will go more personal with shorter individualised runs with the printing of Coca-Cola labels on bottles with nicknames. An HP Indigo WS6000 digital press was used for the campaign across Europe. The number of printers being sold worldwide dropped by 9.7% for the first quarter of 2013. Research group IDC say this is the third quarter in a row that the value of printers being shipped has declined. And the common ingredient with all ink manufacturing is water. But beyond that, the science of formulating a quality ink differs from supplier to supplier. And you can read more in this month's New Look News and Views magazine with OCP Ink's Horst Edelmeier on the cover. Well, those were the biggest stories in printer consumable news this week. See you again next week. I'm David Gibbons.